Welcome to AP and TS Polyset 2020. In this lecture 1, I covered second chapter sets in sets. In this video, I explained about basic definitions, concepts, for important points, shortcuts. So welcome to Math Time with Dhanaprasad. We are in second chapter. Second chapter is sets. In sets, we will define set, define elements, define non-empty set, define empty sets, finite and infinite sets, and the cardinal number of a set. Operations on sets, nothing but union, intersection, and difference of sets. We will do problems of Polyset 2019, AP and Telangana. Right. So here now I will define set. A well-defined collection of objects or ideas is known as set. Here objects or ideas are called elements later. A well-defined collection of objects or ideas is known as set. So here well-defined means the elements of the set should have a common property or common feature, so that we will be able to decide whether the given object or idea or an element belongs to the set or not. So here sets are denoted by capital letters, capital A, capital B, capital X, capital Y, capital V, etc. And elements are denoted by small letters, small a, small b, small x, small y, a, e, I, o, u, etc. Example 1 equal to all even numbers. Here the set is well defined because all even numbers, if I take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. and so on, all are even numbers. If I take 5 or 7, those are odd numbers, they do not belong to the set A. So here x equal to prime numbers less than 10. Here prime numbers starts with 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on, but they are what? Less than 10. Less than 10 means, so here 2, 3, 5 and 7. Here set B equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are called elements. These are what? Sets. V equal to A, E, I, O, U. So here A, E, I, O, U are vowels in alphabets. So here whenever there is an element in the set, we write 1 belongs to B, 2 belongs to B, 3 belongs to B, 4 belongs to B, 5 belongs to B. If I take C, 6 doesn't belongs to B because 6 is not there in the set. Therefore belongs to means that element should be there in the set. Doesn't belongs to means that element is not there in the set. Point number 2, how to represent sets. Sets can be represented in two ways. One is roster form and the second one is set builder form. Roster form means list all the elements are written in order, written with commas. For example, A equal to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So whenever all the elements are written in order with commas in a set, that is called roster form. And set builder form means instead of writing all the elements, we will write its property. A equal to x such that x is an odd number less than 10. So here A contains x is an odd number less than 10. So less than 10, what are odd numbers? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are odd numbers less than 10. Therefore, so one example, same example given in roster form and set builder form, we can easily, same example, one example given in both roster form and set builder form. So in roster form, I listed all the elements here 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. In set builder form, instead of listing all the elements, I wrote x such that x is an odd number less than 10. So x colon x is an odd number less than 10. Or you can also write x such that x is an odd number less than 10. So this is roster form, this is set builder form. Sometimes some questions are asking in exam about these forms. So point number 3, very important point. In this point number 3, we cover 3 sub points. One is null set, second one is finite set, third one is infinite set. Null set means an empty set. Null set means a set which contains no elements is called empty set or null set. Null set is denoted by pi or without elements curly brackets. So A equal to pi is a null set, or A equal to this is a null set or empty set. Next one is finite set. Finite means countable, infinite means uncountable. Means what is finite set? Finite set means the number of elements in a set are finite, or the number of elements is countable. For example, A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 elements are there which can be easily counted and countable. So here infinite set means the number of elements is uncountable. Means example A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So here we cannot count all these elements, therefore this is infinite set. Or cardinal number. Cardinal number means the number of elements in a set. So the number of elements in a set is called cardinal number. So example A equal to AEIOU, vowels in alphabets. So here n of A means number of elements in A, or cardinal number of A equal to 5, because here 5 elements are there in A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore this 5 is what? Cardinal number. N of A. N of A means number of elements in A equal to 5, or cardinal number of A, cardinal number of a set, cardinal number of A equal to 5. So in point number 5, I will discuss about the universal set and subset. So universal set, as the name suggests, universal set contains all the elements in the universe. They are denoted by mu or u. Example, mu equal to the set of all numbers. Here set of all numbers means natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, real numbers, complex numbers. All numbers come together and stay in the set mu. Therefore mu is called universal set. Now subset. Subset definition: if every element of A is an element of B, then we say that A is a subset of B. For example, in the set A we have the elements 1 and 2. In the set B we have 1, 2 and also what? 3, 4, 5. So in the set A contains only 2 elements, 1 and 2. Set B contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 elements are there in the set B. Therefore A is a subset of B. Every element of A is an element of B. Therefore we say that A is subset of B. For example, if I take some x equal to set of natural numbers, x is a set of mu, the universal set, because the universal set contains the set of all numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers, positive integers, negative integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, real numbers and complex numbers. This is an universal set. So here x is what? X contains natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Therefore set of natural numbers is a subset of what? The set of all numbers. Therefore x is a subset of mu. Here I can write x is a subset of mu. This is equal sets. Equal sets means every element of A is an element of B and every element of B is an element of A. That is, when A is subset of B and B is subset of A is subset of B and B is subset of A, then we write A equal to B and we call it as equal sets. Example, if A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, if A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and B equal to 1, 3, 2, 4, if you observe, 1 is there in A, also in B, 2 is there in A and also in B, 3 is an element of A which is also an element of what? B, 4 is an element of A and what? B. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are elements of A and are also elements of what? B. So here number of elements in A is 4 and the number of elements in B is 4. They are same and equal. Therefore we call it as the two sets are equal. So therefore equal sets means every element of A is an element of B and every element of B is an element of A. Then we say that A and B are equal sets. Point number 6. In point number 6, we will see union of sets, intersection of sets, disjoint sets, and difference of sets. These are operations on sets. So here, first one is the union of sets. What is union? So the union of the sets A and B is denoted by A union B, which can be written as X such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B. So common element should be taken only once, we should not take twice. And this shaded region is the union of two sets A union B. A union B means all the elements of A and B, and the common element should be taken only once. Therefore, total elements, all elements together should be written in the set A union B. Therefore, the union of two sets A and B is denoted by A union B is a set X such that X belongs to A or B. Common element should be taken only once. So example, here I would like to give you one nice example. A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. A contains 4 elements 1, 2, 3, 4. And B equal to 3, 4, 5. B contains 3 elements 3, 4, 5. Now A union B means what? All the elements of A and B, common element should be taken only once. So here A contains 1, 2, 3, 4. I have written here 1, 2, 3, 4. B contains 3, 4, 5. 3, 4 is already written. Therefore, I have to write what? 5. So the same can be represented in this Venn diagram. So A contains 1, 2, 3, 4. This is A. B contains 3, 4, 5. B contains 3, 4, 5. 3 and 4 are what? Common elements. Therefore, while writing A union B, we have to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Common elements 3, 4 written in only once. Therefore, union of sets is very, very important operation on sets. So, the union of 2 sets, 3 sets or 4 sets, any number of sets is the same. So, for example, A union B is also a set which contains all the elements of A or B. Common element should be taken only once. This is good example. So union of sets is over. Now we will go to intersection of sets. So second important and interesting operation is intersection of sets. Intersection of sets. So the intersection of two sets A and B is defined as A intersection B equal to X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. In union it is R. In intersection it should be AND. So A intersection B is a set which contains common elements of both A and B. So in this Venn diagram you can see here, this is A, this is B, this common area, this shaded region is called intersection, A intersection B. Now I'd like to give you one beautiful example. A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and B equal to 3, 4, 5. So here by the definition of intersection means by the definition of intersection of sets, A intersection B contains common elements of both the sets. In A 3 and 4, in B 3 and 4 are what? Common. Therefore A intersection B equal to 3, 4. So in this Venn diagram representation also we can see A contains 1, 2, 3, 4 and B contains 3, 4, 5. This shaded region is called intersection. So in the intersection part we have 3 and 4. Therefore A intersection B equal to 3 and 4. Intersection means common area, common elements, common shaded region. 6C, disjoint sets. Disjoint sets means no common elements. So A intersection B equal to pi means empty set. Here you can see A is a set and B is a set. One is away from other and there are no common elements. Then this is called disjoint of sets. So here example, A equal to 1, 2, 3. A contains 3 elements 1, 2, 3 and B contains 2 elements 4 and 5. There is no common elements. When we look at the sets, the Venn diagram, there is no common element. Therefore A intersection B equal to pi. So disjoint sets means sets they have no common element. 6D, this is very important definition. Difference of sets. Whenever A and B are two sets, then the difference of sets is denoted by A minus B, which is also a set which contains X such that X belongs to A and X doesn't belongs to B. Means A minus B contains the elements of only A and doesn't belongs to, which are not belongs to B. So therefore this area, not intersection part, only this part, this shaded region is A minus B. So in this, B elements should not be taken. We are taking the elements of A which are not common to B should be taken as A minus B. For example, A equal to 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 and B equal to 3 4 5. In B we are writing 3 4 5. What is A minus B? A minus B means the elements of A and not the elements of B. Here we are taking only 1 and 2. This is the area we are taking. We are not taking the elements of B. So last point number 7. A minus B intersection B minus A equal to pi. A minus B means a set contains elements of A which are not the elements of B. Intersection B minus A means the elements of B which are not contains the elements of A. Therefore their intersection is always what? Pi. If you want to show this, A minus B is this part and B minus A is this part. In intersection there are no elements, therefore A minus B intersection B minus A equal to pi. Next, N of A union B equal to N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. Means the number of elements of A union B are equal to number of elements of A plus number of elements of B minus number of elements of A intersection B. A union B equal to B union A union B equal to B union A. A intersection B equal to B intersection A. A union pi equal to A.